on Pereira would be good because he's...
Can any man survive Pereira's left hook? Magomed Ankalaev just might. Striking, grappling, fight IQ. Welcome to Naps, Taps and Snaps. And this is the ultimate breakdown of Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. Enjoy. In a fight this evenly matched, physical attributes aren't just small details. They're the ones that separate victory from waking up in a hospital with no idea how you got there. Alex Pereira, he isn't just strong, he's an outlier in human anatomy, having his physique described as something almost engineered for combat. He carries dense bone structure, a massive frame, and raw knockout power. But one of the most unique aspects of Pereira's build, his foot structure.
Second round I was winning, but then that fucking leg kick, bro. You know what it is? You look at his foot. You look at this bit of his foot. It's like a hammer. You know, like the back of a hammer, or a hammer like a ball peen. It is.
Israel Adesanya, who has faced Pereira 4 times, has pointed out that Pereira's prominent bunion gives his calf kicks a different level of impact. Instead of just targeting muscle, he digs in deeper, disrupting movement in a way few fighters can replicate. Couple that with his unorthodox kicking mechanics, and you have a striker who delivers force in a way that's fundamentally different from most kickboxers. Ankalaev, on the other hand, is a model of endurance and efficiency. He doesn't rely on sheer force, he grinds fighters down over time. His cardio allows him to push the pace in wrestling exchanges, and we saw this in his fight against Jan Blachowicz. As Blachowicz slowed down, Ankalaev capitalized, taking over the fight with constant pressure and control. That's a nightmare scenario for a fighter like Pereira, who relies on sharp, calculated bursts of power rather than maintaining a relentless 5-round pace. But every strength comes with a weakness. Pereira's explosiveness is terrifying, but if Ankalaev drags him into deep waters, will he be able to keep up? And for Ankalaev, he has amazing technique, but can he handle the force of Pereira's striking when every shot may end the fight? Let's not forget, fighting isn't just about who hits harder or wrestles better. It's about who breaks first. And this fight, this is a battle of cold, calculated killers. Pereira fights like a man who's seen it all, because he has. Glory champion in 2 divisions, UFC champion in just his 4th fight in the promotion, and one of the only men to knock out Israel Adesanya in the UFC. His composure is unreal. No trash talk, no emotion, just a dead-eyed stare that makes you question your life choices. Even when Adesanya knocked him out, Pereira barely reacted. The man just exists, like some sort of kickboxing Grim Reaper. Magomed is no different. He's not here for theatrics. He's here to win, control, and dominate. He doesn't get rattled. He doesn't force openings. He waits. He adjusts. And when the time comes, he takes over. Just look at his fight against Thiago Santos. He started slow, measured his opponent, then gradually shut him down. No panic, no reckless swings, just calculated destruction. But here's where things get interesting. Neither of these guys have faced someone like the other. Pereira hasn't truly been tested in a grueling 5-round war against someone with real grappling capability. Sure, we saw bits and pieces during his fight against Jan Blachowicz, but Magomed's pressure is another level entirely. And Magomed, he's never been in the cage with a man who can really put your lights out with a single shot. So, who cracks first? Will Pereira's icy confidence hold up while he's getting ragdolled? Or does Magomed's patience shatter the moment he realizes one mistake could mean getting carried out on a stretcher? Striker versus grappler. It's the oldest story in combat sports, but this fight isn't just about styles, it's about how they use them. Pereira isn't just a knockout artist, he's a sniper. He doesn't just throw punches, he sets traps, feints, low kicks, small angle adjustments. Every move is designed to force his opponent into the kill zone. And when they bite, that's when the left hook lands. One surgical, perfectly timed counter, and his opponents are left forgetting what they had for breakfast, or that they even eat at all. Magomed, on the other hand, he's the fortress, the opposite of a reckless brawler. He doesn't swing wild or take unnecessary risks. His striking is about defense and control, a high guard, subtle head movement, and just enough counterpunching to keep opponents hesitant. He doesn't waste energy, he waits. But once the fight hits the mat, oh, that's where his game really unfolds. He embodies that classic Sambo style. Endless takedowns, smooth trips, throws from the clinch, and suffocating top control. He doesn't just keep them down, he drains their energy, forcing them to carry his weight until they have nothing left to give. Against most strikers, this has been enough. But Pereira, he's not most strikers. So what happens when these styles collide? If Magomed shoots too early, he might find himself eating a knee to the chin. But if Pereira doesn't manage distance properly, he could spend the entire fight staring at the lights from his back. This isn't just power versus control, it's a battle for where the fight takes place. Every fight is a chess match. The battle for control starts before the first punch is even thrown. This is a tactical masterpiece in the making, folks. For Pereira, he'll no doubt make use of feints, subtle shifts in stance, and use that wicked left hook to make Magomed doubt his every move. This is about control, controlling the distance, the pace, the very rhythm of the fight. Pereira will lure him in with low kicks, testing his reactions. He wants Magomed to overcommit, to get desperate for a takedown, and that's when he'll counter with vicious precision. But we already know, Magomed isn't some reckless brawler. He's a methodical predator, patient, disciplined, controlled. He won't just rush in, he knows where that leads. He'll inch forward, cutting off the cage, forcing Pereira's back to the fence. He wants to eliminate the space Pereira needs to snipe, to take away his biggest weapon. Magomed will use his own feints, level changes, subtle shoulder rolls, just enough to keep Pereira guessing. His goal is to get Pereira worried about a takedown, to freeze him just long enough to close the gap. Once Magomed is in range, he'll unleash the clinch, drag Pereira down and drown him. This isn't about flashy finishes, it's about stripping oxygen from the fire. If you thought this fight would be a fast-paced match of Halo Reach, think again. This is Halo Wars. Slow, analytical, tactical. Who controls the narrative? Who dictates the fight's tempo? And who can force the other man to play their game? This fight isn't just striker versus grappler. It's an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. Does Pereira's left hook send Magomed on a one-way trip to the astral plane? Or does Magomed's wrestling turn this fight into the equivalent of a heavyweight blanket on a restless night? We've broken down the physicality, psychology, style and strategy of these two behemoths. Now it all comes down to one thing. What do you think? Who takes this fight? Does Pereira add another brutal finish to his legacy, or does Ankalaev grind out a dominant win? Drop your predictions in the comments and let's see who really knows their stuff. If you're into breakdowns this detailed, smash that like button like Pereira smashes people's dreams, subscribe like your life depends on it, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. You'll thank me later. Because in MMA, styles make fights, but it's the fighters who make the magic happen. And this one? This one has the makings of something special.